Hey, 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 it's the gambler from
Hey,
his
time to
bed with
scratch.
special guest.
Time to scratch.
Let's holler at a few people and you can talk over me. It don't matter. I see Edward. I see Viral Boom in the chat. I see Nancy D has joined us, itching to scratch. If y'all hear us and see us, please give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, I think we just went live on my iPad. It's showing an ad now, and it is showing us live.
Okay, if you've got a good picture and sound, give us a thumbs up.
Ultra
There's
go
life.
getter.
There's Mike W. There's
Yeah, what's
Ultra.
up, Mike? Nancy D. What's up, Nancy D?
Mike Rizzo.
There's Matt Scratch Fever. What's up, Matt? I know,
Yeah.
right? Look at those
Y'all get
mugs.
y'all get to looking at our faces today. I'm laying in bed, so I look a little rough. Carter went to the beauty salon, so he's looking really good.
Shusha. Oh, Lord.
Hello, Donna and Heather H.
Donna Blasso, what's up? Heather, hey, there's outcome is income. Gamblicious.
Yes, Ann is in the house. Thank you for
Wow.
joining us.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to take a minute and explain what's going on here, and then
Okay.
we'll get into this. Whoa, thank you, Mike W., for the
Mike
super chat
W.
there. Yeah, I could use a piece of pie right now. This is something that I'm going to try out over the next couple of weeks, and I'm calling it. If you're over 40, Nancy D may remember this show. Does anybody remember the show Meet the Press? It was a political show where Walter Cronkite or a famous newscaster would interview a political person. Well, I call this Meet the Nation. And from time to time over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to invite a guest from the Gambler Nation family, an up and coming channel. You could have 50 subscribers or you could have 2,000, but just creators right now who are posting regular, that'll be important. My whole idea of this is to give a boost to a channel and introduce you to some of the people I watch. Now, today we've got my best friend. Best friend, I say that very strongly. Time to scratch. I call him Carter. He's not typically one of the people that I would have on here, but this is the first time doing this. So I figured if we have any issues, me and him can this and move on, no sweat. But I have starting next week, I've got my first guest coming. I'm not going to announce who it is. And most of these will be in the evening hours, 8:30 at night, 25, 30 minutes or whatever, and introduce you to a new channel. Did I cover that pretty good, Carter?
Absolutely.
Okay, real quick. There's Megan Phillips. Prayers for Court right now. He's not feeling well. Damon, Space Coast Scratcher. We're going to get right into it today. And like I said, I'm laying in my bed, so I look a little rough. Now, this is our first time doing the go live together. I've been wanting to do this, and it's only available in vertical. You cannot do it horizontal because of the split screen. Now, the good news is you got two handsome fellas on the uh, screen right now, but if you're like Gambler, I can't see all the chat, you can push it up and take us off, and you can watch all the chat and just listen because we're not scratching any tickets today. The whole idea today is to talk with my good friend Carter and learn a little more about him, and we can talk about upcoming things coming. You won't say hey to anybody, Carter?
Yeah, we got a few folks that have rolled on in here, Gambler. We've got Blink and Stitch, etc. Our beautiful friend from Georgia.
Hold
Hello
on
to
a minute,
you.
Carter. Carter,
Yeah.
tell her about Tuesday night.
So Tuesday night, Blink and Stitch, if you would like to come by, we're going to be at the Stump, which is located right next to the fishing hole. The fishing hole you've been to, the Stump is the next store down on the same side of the street. We're going to be scratching a full book of Georgia's new, and I mean, I cannot wait, $50 ticket. It's called 50 Times the Money. And it's going to be a fun book to play. The odds to hit a claimer are 1 in 312. It's going to be so much fun. Just the anticipation of hopefully finding a symbol in that book is going to make it fun. So we're looking forward to that. There's going to be a lot of folks show up. I know that we're going to have Mr. and Mrs. Honeybee Scratcher. We're going to have Mookie Scratchers. We're going to have Lottery Junkie. We're hoping Buyers Plus shows up. Melissa Vaughn is going to be driving down. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're celebrating the gambler's birthday. He'll tell you a little bit more about that here shortly. But we've got OG Searcher in the house, Mike Rizzo, Damon McNabb, Space Coast Scratchers here. There's That's Life Scratching, OG Searcher, Matt Scratch Fever, William Sellers. There's Carolina Scratcher. She just hit 1,000 friends.
Yeah, we'll go over that in a minute. It is this Tuesday coming up. Right now, depending on when Carter gets in town, it's Tuesday, March 12th. March 11th is actually my birthday. I'm celebrating my birthday because we're doing a group book Tuesday night. I didn't want to celebrate it that night, so we're celebrating my birthday, and we can do it both nights, but mainly this Saturday night, I'm doing a gambler's birthday bash. I've got a few presents that have come in the mail. I'll be showing them, and I'll be doing a small mix of Georgia tickets. I want to be able to chat. I don't want to do a huge stream of a bunch of tickets. That Saturday night at 7 p.m., the Gambler goes live with the Gambler Bash, birthday bash. So join us then. And then Tuesday night will either be 7 or 7:30. Like I said, it's a $900 book we'll be doing. Plus, we've got one extra person in there, so there's 10 of us. We'll be doing a side mix of the new. We've got 100 extra to spend of the tens, the fives, the twos, or whatever. But that is Tuesday night. It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait. I see That's Life Scratching. I see Gambalicious. Okay, now we're gonna get on to Carter. I want to switch gears, and we're gonna switch gears here a couple of times. This will only be about 30 or 40 minutes, or till we get bored. I don't have no set time limit. Okay, Mister, and he was born Rufus Carter Price. Okay, uh, what is your material status?
My material status? You mean my marital status?
Yes, marital. I'm from the country. We say
I
it
got,
different.
I got you. So I am currently a single gambler. I've never been married. Um, I was married to my career for probably 30 years.
Okay. Now, having said that, and you talked about your career, where are you presently employed, and how long have you been there?
So I work for Walmart, and I've been with Walmart for about 25 years. So I guess I've been married to my career for 25 years. I've already retired once from the company. It was back when COVID hit, and I decided enough was enough. So I took some time off. Um, Investments did not perform like I thought they might at the time. So I went back to work for Walmart as an hourly associate. But back in the day, I used to be a salaried member of management for Walmart, and I ran Walmart supercenters.
Which
So
is
those,
a huge job in itself.
yeah, it's pretty intense. You are in charge of a lot of folks and their livelihood. Um, it was fun while it lasted. I'll say that. Um, Toward the end, it really became an 80 to 90 hour a week job. And I was no longer interested in performing those types of activities at work. So that was pretty much the main decision for me leaving the company. But like I said, I'm back with them. I'm in an hourly position. I do my 40 hours and I come home. It really gives me time to do a lot of stuff that I didn't get to do for 25 years, and that includes doing this.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that.
All
Where
right.
I, in the questions I'm asking, I know the answers, but some people don't. Where are you located?
So I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was actually born and raised in a town called Dunlap, which is pretty close. It's about 30 miles from where I'm at now. Um, Back when I was a youngin', I'll say youngin', in my 20s, I kind of traveled around and had a lot of fun. I was in Atlanta for 7 years. That was a lot of fun. From there, I moved to Philadelphia. I lived there for 3 years. From Philadelphia, I went to Nashville, lived there for a point that it was probably time that I go back and finish the college education that I started back in 1985. So I moved back home to Chattanooga. My sister was newly divorced. She had a little girl named Callie. So she and I got back together, and we've been together ever since. Angie, my sister, and Callie, um, we kind of raised Callie together, and Angie's still here with me. So,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
That's good that you're back with family. I know Callie's grown up and gotten married, and that's moved on. So it's just y'all two and the dog.
Yes, up until recently, there were two dogs here. Now there's only one. Callie had a dog, and Callie's now 22. She's recently married. We just had her wedding this last November, and they just purchased their first home. They
Amen.
moved in a couple weeks ago, so she has taken her dog now to be with her at her house. So it's just me and Coco now. Me, Coco, and Angie.
Okay, let me holler at a few people online real quick.
Sure.
Give me that grand. There's Clarence Williams in the house. Music Ear Brown. Pretty witty and risky. Captain Scratch. I finally catch
Whoa.
you online. I know
Ha
he's a night
ha.
shifter. Donna is in the house. OG is in the house. Outcome. Thank y'all for joining us. Real quick, if you came in late, this is Meet the Nation, where we'll time to time I'm going to be doing these live chats where we talk and find out a little something about somebody that's part of the Gambler Nation family. Uh, let's see. Okay, we know you're in Tennessee. What has been, let's switch gears again, real quick here, your biggest win on a lottery ticket? Win, and what ticket was it?
So I have had two claimers, neither of which have been part of my channel. They were both right before I started my channel. One of the claimers, my first, was in a group mix. There were three folks that got together, put their money together, and bought some tickets. It was myself, yourself, and Scratch and Fish.
Yes, I
Did a
remember that.
$300 mix on your channel on one
Yeah.
Saturday night. And if you haven't seen it, you definitely need to go back and check that live stream out. I'll tell you, it was a pitiful mix. We were down to the we were down to the last two tickets, all right? And they were $30 tickets. We had won maybe 20, $30. It was really, really bad. And the next to the last ticket was a ticket called The Fastest Road to a Million, a
Yes.
$30 ticket that Georgia had. It was a lot of fun. You had scratched the entire play area, no winners. It had four bonus spots down at the bottom. The first three bonus spots were losers, and the very last spot was
No.
a $1,000
Win.
bonus.
Yes, I could not
Whoa!
believe it. It couldn't have happened. The old saying, it only takes one. There it
Yep,
was. And
that
it
was
came
it.
at the You can do a live stream and hit 1,000 on the second ticket, and now you're going on for another hour with a bunch of losers or average wins.
Yeah.
To finish off a stream like that, you couldn't ask for any better. And actually, I think the next ticket was $100 winner or
It
something.
was, yeah. We actually, you didn't even scratch that ticket. We did it the next day on a carryover live stream Sunday morning. I
Because
remember that.
I wanted to, and I've learned this with when you have this is what I've learned on YouTube. 6 years on YouTube. This is my third channel. This channel's right at 4 years old. But I learned when you have a nice win, it's best to give it a good 24 hours. So everybody on YouTube, the worst thing you can do is 2, 3, 5 hours later post another video because
Right.
if you get a $500 win, you get a claimer. Your next video is going to be at best bah humbug, break even, a little profit. So let that go for 24 hours. Sometimes, if it's a huge win, I may even go 2 days and let everybody see it and let it max out its views. And I would wait 3 or 4 days before I would post a short on it because I posted shorts too soon and people were commenting on the short and liking, but they weren't watching the video. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. That's just a little bit. Let me holler at a few people and then I'm going to let you holler at a few people. I see Pretty Witty and Risky. Thank you so much, Pretty Witty and Risky, for helping me out. She's a great moderator. Thank you so much. Uh, Last night on Carter's stream, and I go way back with Carolina Scratcher. I remember when she had 50 friends, 100, 200. We've shouted her out. She's had a long journey to 1K,
Yeah.
but last night we got the last 20 plus on Time to Scratch's live stream last night and got her to 1K. So if you're in the chat right now and she's one of my moderators, y'all need to congratulate her on 1K because that's a huge, huge accomplishment. Yes. And you want to holler at some folks, Carter? Go ahead.
Yeah, let me tell you about the second claimer that I had.
Oh,
It's also a story that involves you. So you were doing a Saturday Night Live, and you showed a reveal at the very beginning of the live. We had a $10 ticket that had just came out called $1,000 Fever. It
I
had been
forgot
out
about
for a
that.
couple weeks, and I was working thirds. It's back when I had first went back to work for Walmart as an hourly associate, and that made me want to buy one of those that night. And I mean, I went to the counter and bought one ticket, and it was a single match for $1,000. We
I had,
literally got a claimer on the same ticket the same day. It was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And we posted a video. You posted one, I posted one, and then we posted something together. I had forgot about that. And that was just, I mean, the stars lined up.
Yeah.
What number was the claimer under?
So it was a single match. It was the very first spot on the ticket, just like yours was. Yours was the very first spot on the ticket, also. Mine was under number 21, of course, my favorite
Yeah,
number.
exactly. That is, what does that number signify?
It's also my birthday, August the 21st.
Okay, thank you. I just seen it. It didn't come up on my screen, but thank you, Gambalicious, for the gifted membership. I'm rolling back, but like I said, I only see 3 chats and I apologize, but thank you, Gambalicious. Like I said, this is new for us and it's not showing on the screen. So I apologize, but thank you, Gambalicious, for the gifted membership. Okay, let's see. We went over that. Okay, okay, tell us you post daily and you post at 1 p.m. most days. Tell us your 3 live streams and what time they are weekly.
So, like you said, I post daily. Um, you really need to kind of play around with the times that you post, and I did in the very beginning. I tried many different times until I found a time that seemed to work the best for me, and I've kind of stuck with it. It's I post at 12:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, actually, every day. Don't ask me why, but that's just kind of what I've chosen. It seems to work for me.
Thank you,
Um,
Carolina Scratcher, for the super chat. Go ahead.
oh, wow. Yes, that is awesome. Thank you, Carter and Gambler. Much love. Yep, we've known her for a long time, Gambler.
But you're on
Um,
Fridays, Sundays, and Wednesdays.
Yep. So Sundays are a lot of fun, and it really depends upon how large the mix is. We start anywhere from 6 to 7, and it varies. So there's not really a set time for Sunday. I have to work on Sunday night, so I prefer to go a little earlier. But I have the luxury of being able to play two states tickets. I am literally right on the state line. I live in Chattanooga, so I get to play Tennessee and Georgia. So every other Sunday, I do a mix of Tennessee tickets. And the other Sunday, bi-weekly, we do a Georgia mix of tickets. So you'll see Tennessee one week, and then the next Sunday you'll see Georgia. The next Sunday you'll see Tennessee. And it rotates every other Sunday. Wednesday nights are the night that I am now off again. I started being off on Wednesday nights, and that was the very first night I ever went live. 7 p.m. That's my wine night. I get to have wine and have fun. And boy, did we have fun last night! It was a really fun night.
It was.
Um,
We had a great crowd last night. It was his membership appreciation. The low boys showed out a little bit,
they
and
did.
it was really fun. I've learned live streaming, and Carter's seeing this now because now he's doing so many live streams. And I honestly believe if you've done less than 50 live streams, you are a rookie. Thank you, Captain Scratch. Just became a Gambler Nation friend. Thank you for that channel membership, sir. Um, but memberships come and go. Appreciations as far as winners and losers. Thank you, Edward, for the super chat there. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we'll go to that here in just a minute. Read his question.
Yep, I did.
Uh, uh, but the fun is being in the chat. I tell people this, and it took me years to learn this. I cannot I cannot make winners happen. They are what they are, and I cannot help who shows up, whether we have 5 people or 150 people. I think the one thing I have control over, and Carter's learned this, is a decision to have fun. That's the only thing. We don't know what the tickets are going to do, and we don't know who's going to show up, but I do believe it's a choice to have fun. Would
Yep,
you agree with that?
absolutely. It is indeed. Yep, no
Okay.
doubt.
Answer his question now, please.
Okay, so what are the most disliked tickets in Georgia? I'll tell you, I am not a fan, and I hope I don't hurt anyone's feelings when I say this, but I am not a fan of those square $25 tickets.
I hate them.
I have never enjoyed those at all. So anything that is square, Edward, in my opinion, is the most disliked ticket in Georgia. How about you, Gambler?
Okay, well, I'll agree with that. And, part of the reason is they're become very predictable, but I scratch in my car and they are hard to do in the car because they're bigger than the clipboard. So I
Yes.
kind of turned against them right there. But, I'm ADD, okay? We all have issues in life. Some people got one arm. I was diagnosed as a child with attention deficit disorder. So I could never grow up getting into crosswords, okay? When I did buy them books, I bought that where you circled all the letters that look together, whatever y'all call that. I like that. but I
Hmm.
could never get into crosswords because of my attention. The minute I'd read, trying to look for a letter or something, I'd lose my attention. And I'm talking about growing up. Now, when you start live streaming them, they take a lot of time. I miss letters. I'm not the best speller. So there's issues there. So I don't care for crosswords, but I actually like this. People didn't think this. I actually like lotterias. Okay. Georgia only has a $2 version. Hands down, nobody can beat Texas's lotterias. They're $3, they're $5, they're $10. They got different versions over the last couple of years. The best lotterias are out of Texas. They take some time and they can, if you don't have a big mix on your channel, it's not bad to do live, but offline, I like doing a lot of reels, but crosswords, I just can't do, guys. That's me. And nothing against folks, that got that kind of mind that can handle that, but I struggle with them. And y'all seen me do them on my lives, and people get a kick out of me messing up on them, and they give me a hard time, which is kind of fun. So I might do another crossword soon so y'all can laugh at me.
Oh,
Carolina Scratcher loves Lotteria. She's been doing some recently. Carter, say hey to some of the people in the chat.
yeah, we've got Granite State Scratcher here now. I see Eternity Luck Scratcher. Joseph Neal, there's Casino Slot Couple, Nana T. Colgate, Tex Guy. That's Live Scratching. She just got a gifted membership that Gambalicious gifted. Thank you. There's Spirit in the Sky Blue. Hello to
Yeah,
you.
Spirit in the Sky Blue.
All right.
Yeah, thank y'all for joining me. I just stepped outside for a minute. I'm gonna come out here for a second. The sun's out. I might not be able to read the chat now. There's Nashan City Lotto, Stephanie A. Bird. Outcome is income. Thank y'all for joining us on this Meet the Nation Space Coast Scratcher. There's the beautiful Peggy. Thank you, Spirit in the Sky, for joining us. There's Granite State. And let me say something, Nana T. Colgate. Viral boom. I have, and I'll say this over and over, and everybody can run their channel like they want. I have the best moderators on YouTube, and it took a time. I'm selective because you want moderators that will share folks out. I've had people try to say, "Oh, I got a grow channel over there." That's BS. It's not. Oh, you got a super chat to have your link put up. That's BS. Okay, I've had people say that. I This is my belief. Every business has a business plan. This is my belief. As your channel grows, the community grows,
Yes.
my channel grows. So I have a vested interest, and I call it the Gambler Nation family, the Gambler Nation, which means slot channels, scratch channels, whatever. Now, you have some channels, you run your channel like you want. It's y'all versus everybody else. I believe it's all of us versus everybody, the world. And I think it's important that we share out people, shout out people, and help other people. There was a time when the Gambler had 30 subscribers. I I remember my first 100, and I like to call them friends, not subscribers. So I remember all that. So it's important that we help out those that are learning now, that are new to the community, that that are seriously trying to grow their channel. And if you're just having a channel and want to throw up a video once a month, I think that's great too. There's room for all of us. You got something to add to that, Carter? Mr.
No,
Honeybee.
yeah. I mean, I absolutely 100% agree with everything that you just said. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna switch gears here, okay? Because this is the hot topic on YouTube. Okay, and we know we're gonna get some kickback. Uh, when I was growing up, and my dad has went on to be with the Lord, but I remember in the late '80s, banks started having ATMs. They came out with bank cards. My dad was old school. He paid cash for everything. He would not. He didn't want a bank card. He didn't want to pay at the pump. He didn't want to do none of that. He paid cash everywhere he went. But when technology came along and we all now use cards, I was recently flying to Florida and I was at two restaurants in the airport. And if you didn't have a card, you couldn't buy no food. Okay. So, one of the things that's popped up here, and it's some new technology to YouTube, a lot of other platforms are using this regular, it's vertical. Okay. And if you're on the other platforms, there is no horizontal. So you have to be vertical, and you've got people that have been testing it out and doing it. There's some pluses for it and there's some minuses for it. And I think, it's something that we all need to look at. Uh, right now, my streams will mostly, and this one and the share the stream we're doing now, you can only do in vertical. I cannot do it in horizontal. But going forward, most of my streams will be in the horizontal, but occasionally I will do a vertical. How do you feel about the vertical streams, Mr. Price?
Well, I'll tell you, I finally broke down and did my first. I did it last Friday. I had some fun mail from a gentleman named Chris, who is someone that you and I both know from Atlanta, from the Lawrenceville area. He's recently relocated to Illinois, and he sent some Illinois tickets for me to scratch. So I thought, it's going to be probably a little less than an hour to scratch these tickets. We didn't have a lot. It was actually the birthday celebration for you. So I thought, let's do the vertical and see what all this fuss was about. So I did my first vertical live this last Friday. Whew, when I tell you it was extremely exhilarating, that is the first word that comes to mind. It was very exhilarating. There were probably 100 more people online throughout the stream that I normally have. So the chat was a lot harder to keep up with than it is when you're doing a horizontal stream. It was very important, I noticed right off the rip, to make sure that there were not only moderators present, but moderators who were reacting and paying attention to the chat quickly. And luckily, I had some great ones on that night.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, if you decide to do it, um, your stream could really blow up, and they're pushing your stream out on really two different platforms.
Yes.
There is the shorts platform that it's being pushed out on, and there is a vertical live feed platform that it's being pushed out on. So YouTube is pushing these out. If you're going live and you're vertical, they're going to push you out. And the opportunity is there for you to attract a lot of new folks to your channel. What you do after those live streams is probably more important than what you do during those live streams. Because the one thing that I noticed is I gained a lot of friends from that one live stream. I had a lot of views, but I'm not so certain that it was good, uh, what I consider to be a good view. I noticed that the average view duration for that live stream was way down over what it normally is for my live streams.
Yeah.
And I'm not even necessarily sure that we're going to be paid on those views either. But the one thing that I did notice is I got a lot of new friends. The trick is making sure that they continue to watch not only your live stream, but your videos afterwards. What are your thoughts? You tried it once as
Okay.
well.
I'm going to give you a few, and Warren just hit on one. Okay. I got 9,000 on mine. I was up to 650 online at one time on a little bit. I was about an hour and 5 minutes stream. Okay. Uh, I had 157 likes at the end of the stream, which that is people that are actually watching and paying attention. Okay. Now I believe and my streams can run when I have a good one Saturday night, 150, 200. I believe you can add 25 or 30 to that. So I probably had my regular crowd, but because they were sharing me out on the short platform, and people know this, I watch TikTok and I'm just throwing them out there. As you do this, you flick and you're going over on them other platforms, you are creating a view. I stay 10 seconds. Oh, I don't want to see that. Fishing, I don't want to see that. Hunting, I don't want to see that. Oh, girl in thong bikini. Whoa, let's stop here for a minute. Uh,
Oh,
but you are creating views. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know this. You're creating views. Okay. So people will only be in your chat for a minute or two. I've already seen my numbers, heard your numbers, and I've seen the posting of another channel or two. And the big drawback is you can have 5,000 views, you can be on an hour, and you can have a minute and a half, 90 seconds of watch time, which is horrendous. For a good live of an hour, you should be 18 to 20 minutes, 25, because it's dividing into all them numbers. Again, expect because you're being pushed out on the short platform, you've got all kind of people there. Young people, old people, crazies. You're gonna have trolls. They were on your and on my vertical, my moderators were on point, and yours were too. They were clicking them off like picking them off like flies, which you have to do that, you know. Now, the stream is over. How many of them come and actually watch
right.
your regular videos? I got 70 new friends on mine that night, but I really haven't seen an impact on my videos. But it's early, and I think we need to wait and watch this play out in the upcoming weeks and months. I think it's too early to decide, but YouTube is pushing this. And one thing I'll say, guys, keep in mind, I've had a person call me in a comment one time. They say, Gambler, you're a pioneer on YouTube. Boy, that made me feel old, but it was the truth. I go back to YouTube when you had to have 1,000 subscribers to go live, guys. I go back to YouTube when you couldn't monetize till then at all. I go back to YouTube when there was no live stream rechats, rewatch. So if you watched a live stream and you missed it the next day or an hour later, you couldn't see the chat. Well, you can do that. YouTube has made some great changes on the platform, and this is just one of them. So we got to see how this plays out. Give it a little time. Like I said, I'm going to be mostly in horizontal. In this right here, go live, it does not give you a choice for horizontal. In regular lives, it does give you a choice for vertical or horizontal. In this, it does not. So that's why we're in this today. Uh, Going forward, like I said, my Saturday night and my Tuesday night will be in horizontal, but I may pop up in the future and do a 60 or $100 mix and go vertical just to test it out again. But there's another move, and I'm going to say this. Maybe somebody from YouTube is listening. Uh, they've changed so many things over YouTube, and about 90% of them are good. And this has happened to me twice in the last week. And one of the people are online right now. So I want to point this out. My moderators do a great job of putting up links. That's the one way we can help grow the community. Some channels you go to, especially my size or bigger, don't share no links, hardly at all. That's fine. You want to run your channel like that. I decided to run mine different because, I come from a team environment. It's all of us together. One thing, and I was on, and she had just changed her name, and she changed her name to Bad Bass Scratching. Okay. And I was on another live, and I'm not a moderator. And I clicked on her link. If you're not a moderator, it won't take you to their channel. So while she just changed her name, I went and put in Bad Bat Scratching, and it come up with, I could not find her nowhere. And I went back and asked a moderator, can you put her link up? When they did, then I was able to visit her. You know what I mean? For the first time, okay? And I've had this happen several times. If you're not a moderator, that if they don't put up the link, you can't find them because their channel's new. It sounds like another channel or whatever. One of the things I'd like to see YouTube change in the future, you should be able to on a live. Now you can do it on a video. You can click on and take you to your channel, but
Yes.
anybody non-moderators on a live should be able to click on somebody and it should take you to their channel without a link. Okay, that's what I would like to see YouTube change going forward. Scratching Tabby, let me holler out a few people here. I
Sure.
see Mr. Honeybee, Carolina Scratcher. Uh, Carolina said that happened to her yesterday. Nashawn City, give me that grand. Thank you for the kind words. Give me that grand. I'm reading the chat. Pretty witty and risky. Also, let me say this because we got Scratching Tabby. She's had this issue. Uh, I believe Carolina Scratcher has had this issue, and the other day ago, Bad Bass Scratching will have this issue. Computers watch our video, and if they think a child or if your voice sounds like a little kid, they will turn your comments off. I've seen channels have to constantly, every day, sometimes 2 and 3 times a day, have to go turn their comments back on. And after a while, the computer figures it out. There's little things you can do to try to keep that from happening. But if that happens to your channel, you just got to stick with it. It's frustrating that they, turn your comments off. But Google it and find out why it's happening. Remember on YouTube, we can Google anything. I can Google how to change a water pump in a 1974 Pinto. You can Google why are my comments being turned off, and it'll give you information. People are making videos about that. So that's one of the issues that some of the ladies, I see it happens almost a lot, about 95% to the female creators. You want to say hey to some people, Carter?
Yeah, we've got Tracy Ellison here now. There's Elizabeth Flood. I see Donna Blasso. Dennis Tucker's here. What's up, Dennis? Warren, Mr. and Miss Honeybee, Edward Iceberg. I have a comment that I want to talk about as far as the vertical goes as well.
Okay.
It's actually a question. Hopefully, someone will be able to answer it. Now, when I go live, I have the option to say that this live stream is not intended for children.
Okay.
So, in my mind, that would block anyone who is a child from being able to click onto that live stream. Now, one of the things that I've noticed in these vertical live streams, and I was in one yesterday, and I started clicking on some of these people because I was a moderator on that channel. And this was children. So children were attending this vertical live stream. How is that happening if the creator is saying this live stream is not intended for children? Does anyone know the answer to that question?
Interesting question. Interesting. Uh, Real quick, I'm gonna go over some stuff coming up. And if you got a question, you can put it in the chat for Carter or me. We'll try to see if I see it. I'll answer it. My chat has froze over here. If everything's good, give us a thumbs up. My chat has just froze on this. I'm afraid
Yeah,
to
no,
touch
man.
anything.
Yeah, the
I
chat's
don't.
rolling here.
Okay, yeah, it's froze over here. But if everything's good, give us a thumbs up. Okay. I see the thumbs up on my computer. Let's go over a couple of upcoming things and we'll get back to this. And we're only going to be on a few more minutes. Carter's got to get his afternoon nap. And I got some things to deal with. I have tomorrow, excuse me, it is Thursday, right? Carter goes live tomorrow night. Tell us, what are you doing tomorrow night, and what kind of stream are you going to do?
All right, so I've got actually a couple tickets to show you that I'm going to be scratching. So
Okay.
Tennessee just came out with some new releases. They are so much fun. We have a $2 20X. I'm going to be scratching some of those. We
Them are
have a
beautiful tickets, by the way.
yes, check this out. $5 50X and $10 100X. So I'm going to do some of the Tennessee new releases. Also, some jumbos and things. I'm not really sure how much we're going to do yet. But I'm going to be going in vertical. So I'm going to be doing a vertical live stream tomorrow. We're going to do my second test to see if it's anything like the first. Um, my Sunday and my Wednesday streams, I'm definitely going to keep in horizontal. But Friday night, we're going to play around with the vertical, gambler.
Okay, appreciate that. Thank you, Tammy. My screen has froze up here, but I'm looking at my laptop. Thank you, Tammy, for the well wishes. There's Nancy D, Megan Phillips, Todd B is in the house. Excuse me. Outcome is income. Scratching Wolf has joined us. Thank you. Like I said, I'm laying in my bed. Does anybody know what one of my favorite teams is? Do you see him on the wall there? The Atlanta Braves. And Carter's not a sports fan, so we won't go there. But go Georgia Bulldogs. Go Atlanta Braves. I'm hoping my Falcons do something this year. Okay, let's go to Saturday night. Saturday night, last week, Carter and Chris blessed me with some Christmas tickets. It's Christmas. Birthday tickets on their stream. Carter found $100 boom. Chris sent that ticket. He's got some good tickets out of Illinois. Chris did. And so he sent the tickets back to Chris, and it was my birthday present. Chris cash at me the little over $100. So I'm going to do them Saturday night at the Gambler's Birthday Bash. Uh, I'll be doing them tickets just a mix. I've already got some fun mail that came in from Phyllis Trailer. I've got fun mail that came in from Scott and Julie. Y'all know them as Scratch Masters. And I've got a couple more pieces of mail that'll probably be here Friday. I believe Eternity Lux sent something, and it's saying Saturday. Sometimes my mail is 1:30 in the afternoon. That's beautiful. But if it's 7 at night, I'll already be live. So I'm hoping her mail gets here. So we'll be showing that Saturday night. So I'm real excited about Saturday night. Come over and join us. We'll chat. We'll scratch some tickets. I can't say enough. 12,000 friends on YouTube. That's because of y'all. It ain't because of me. I am one. I am shocked anybody even watches me. But thank you for your loyal support over all these years. I got people online now that's been over here years, and some people have been over here 2, 3, 4 months. And you're all important, whether you're a channel member or not. Your views, watching my videos, I cannot say enough. Then we are going to switch gears, and Tuesday night it's an Exxon Mobil here in Lawrenceville. It's next to the fishing hole. I don't have the exact address right now, but it's at the corner of Old Norcross Road and Sugarloaf Parkway. It's an Exxon Mobil. We have met there a dozen times. On Tuesday night, either 7 or 7:30. By Monday, I'll be posting up a link in the address. We are going live with the 500X, Georgia's new release. This is Tuesday night, excuse me. We will be doing a whole book of that. There's 10 people in it. Let me go over the names real quick. Nancy D, Granite State Scratcher, Donna Campbell, Mrs. Honeybee, which includes Mr. Honeybee, Gambalicious, Annette H, Salt of the Earth, Melissa Carter and the Gambler. And like I said, we're assuming right now it's $900 for the book. So that, and there's 10 people, that extra 100, we've got some tens coming out that day, some fives and twos or whatever. So we'll do a small side mix. And if you're
Fun.
local over here, 30 minutes away, 10 minutes away, whatever, come and join us Tuesday night in store. This particular store has a restaurant that's not open at that time, so there's huge counters to scratch on. It's a perfect place for a meet and greet. And, we're probably looking at 90 minutes or so. I don't set no time limits, but we will have a blast. You're going to meet Time to Scratch. Mookie's telling me he's going to be there. Maybe Mike W. will show up. Mrs. Honeybee, Mr. Honeybee told me this on the stream last night that she took off Tuesday. Mrs. Honeybee did. So that just makes me feel so good somebody would do something like that. She'll be there. She's going to be scratching some of these 500X tickets. So get ready for that. Uh, Several other people have Lottery Junkie, I believe, will be there. And
Yep.
who knows, and keep in mind when we're in store, it's loud, people are coming in, but that's the fun of it. It's not a regular, it's a different vibe from my Saturday night lives. And that's why I enjoy it. And I appreciate all y'all. I heard maybe Nashan City may show up.
Yes.
That would be nice, but anybody that wants to come over is welcome. And if you buy you a few tickets, we'll let you scratch them live. You don't have to have a channel. We'll let you scribe live Tuesday night with us. If you want to buy a $5 or $10 ticket, we'll let you scratch it live, and you can see how it feels for Carter and the Gambler. You got anything to add to that, Carter?
No, sir. I'm really looking forward to Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. This was fun today. What a great idea you had.
Okay, yeah, and let me go over the idea again once more. Thank you for saying that. Like I said, I just came up with the name. Uh, Meet the Nation, which is basically in the upcoming weeks, I will pop up with a pop up live 30 to 40 minutes, however the chat goes. If we, run out of, if we want to be on for an hour, fine. If we want to be on for 25 minutes, fine. Where I'm going to select a person or two that's part of the Gambler Nation family. Right now, we're basically looking at creators and those that are regularly trying to grow their channel. So that means you're posted at least once or twice a week, occasional live and stuff. So people already, or some people may know you, but you're trying to grow your channel. This is not for somebody that, is posting once a month. My whole idea is to give a boost and introduce you to a broader audience. That's my number one thing to do here. And I'll be asking a few people here and there that want to be on it. I have one person that we may be doing this next Wednesday or Thursday. And keep this in mind. I'd like to do these, and we can do them at this time, but I really are shooting for 8 or 8:30 at night.
Oh, yeah.
Now, keep in mind the biggest genre on YouTube, lot bigger than the scratch community or the slot community, is the chat community. People doing vlogs, live stream chats, uh, videos of chats and stuff. So if you're live and I happen to come up with this chat, don't think I'm stepping on your, toes or anything like that. It's a chat. If people want to watch slots or scratching, they go over there. If they want to chat, they come over here. It's totally different than popping up with a scratch channel. Doing any scratching. YouTube's full, guys. After 6 o'clock at night, and my 7 o'clock is perfect. It's a prime example on Saturday night when I go live. There's a channel that goes live every Saturday at 6:30. Another one is 7, but they always come on at quarter to 7. Wonder about that. There's another one that does 7:30 and one or two more at 8. By within an hour of my stream, there's 5 or 6 live stream scratching. I don't complain about it. I understand everybody has their own audience. And I'll say this. I can be watching on a normal night. I can be watching Time to Scratch, and then I go over to another live. Guess what I see? I saw Gambalicious over at Time to Scratch. Now I see her over at the other one. I see Laura. I see Pretty Witty and Risky. I would estimate in the scratching community, 50% of my friends on my channel and Carter's watch 2 and 3 streams at once. They go
At the
back
same
and forth.
time, yeah, yes.
Would you agree with that? What do you have to say? Add to that.
I mean, absolutely. Um, I can speak from experience, right? If I'm on a live stream and there's another live stream going, I have multiple devices. So I've got one playing on the iPad and I've got one playing on the iPhone. Um, it's very common to do that.
Yeah,
It's the same thing when I go live. There are channels that are going live before, there are channels that are going live during, and there are channels that are going live after. I can promise you, you're never going to hurt my feelings if you decide to go live at the same time I am. It just, there are too many people on YouTube, and people are watching multiple streams at the same time. I absolutely agree with everything you said.
exactly. And, and I've said this in the past on my stream. If the gambler's live, and your favorite channel goes live, your your kid needs attention. Your husband is, needing something cooked or vice versa. He could be cooking for you. I don't know. Please go do that. I want people to be where they're happy because if you have people in your chat that are, I don't want to be, there's nobody else live, gambler, so I'm here. Well, they're not going to chat and they're not going to be any fun. And so I say go wherever you're happy. I actually believe a little competition is good. Okay. And everybody sorts out where they want to be. But I watch 2 and 3 nightly. I will be watching 2 and 3 and commenting on both, which can be a little overwhelming, but it's kind of fun too.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, I will say this. As a moderator, I'm not sure if that is such a good idea. So,
yes.
if I'm going to moderate on a channel, I need to be focused on that channel. So, I think there are exceptions. I
Yeah.
think it really depends upon why you're there to begin with. But if you're just there as a viewer, I don't really see anything wrong with that. I know people are doing that all the time.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. Now, Carter as a moderator or the gambler as a moderator are terrible.
Bad ideas.
All we want to do is
Oh,
chat. We're not worried about links. Of course, I drop them more than Carter,
oh, that's
but
funny.
that's
That is
all we're doing
funny.
over here. So you got a lot better moderators out there, and keep in mind some of the moderators on my channel are over at Carter's. Our 2 channels have the best moderators. What makes a good moderator? And let me say this real quick. Now, don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. As a general rule, I found females are the best. They like to talk, they're friendly, and most are unselfish. Now, I have one really good one that's a male, and that is Granite State Scratcher. Now, I'm not saying men can't do it because there's a lot of good ones out there. I've just seen what I've done. But really think for you new channels that are thinking about going live, don't make your best friend. Don't, kind of you'll know when you got the right person because you just want people that have your best interest. Y'all represent the gambler. Y'all represent Time to Scratch when you're live. And let me tell you a little something because, whoa, I've lost Carter. We're going to end the stream here in a minute. But my moderators, they represent my channel. And, okay, you're back, Carter. Are you there?
Yeah,
Okay. If there is spamming going on in the chat, if there is stuff, and some of y'all don't know this, if there are things that are not right in the chat and it keeps up, I can get a strike from YouTube. So, you know what I'm saying? I can get a warning from YouTube, and this has happened before, not recently. That's why you want good moderators. So, if you're a new channel or only done a few lives, really think about your moderators. Don't have too many And you don't want moderators talking back to trolls and stuff. The best response to a negative comment is to block or hide that and move on. Remember, if a moderator starts talking to back to a bad comment, now you've focused all the people on your channel on that comment. I'm scratching tickets over here, guys. You don't want to see the gambler. You don't want to see some troll. You want to see the tickets. So I always keep the focus on whatever I'm doing. Today it's chatting, but it's usually tickets, and keep your channel focused. And your moderators do that. And I have the best, and Carter has the best, and we appreciate what you do. You,
Yep.
we're going to close this out, Carter. Do you got anything to say as we go out?
No, I appreciate you inviting me on today. I will say that I am still intrigued with this vertical streaming, so I'm going to give it a couple more shots just to see what it's all about. I think that every creator should try it more than once.
Yeah, I agree. Let me thank you again for coming on today, being my first one. Now, like I said, I wanted to shake this down because I knew we might have some hiccups. So far, it's went pretty good. I really appreciate it. We are at 1 hour. I was expecting 30 minutes, but I knew I had Carter Price and the Gambler, and both of us like to talk. So 1 hour don't surprise me. Thank you so much. First of all, I really appreciate your friendship. You said this one time and you got me teared up, and I don't want to get emotional here. You was talking about I was your best friend, and that really touched my heart. I don't always tell Carter how I feel. I try to act cool and I okay, appreciate it. But Carter is real good with compliments, and I'm not always the best showing my emotion and appreciation for people just the way I'm wired. But I really, really appreciate the kind words and thoughts you've told me in the past and today and whatever. Thank you for coming. And like I said, be looking for this Meet the Nation with some up and coming. The channel I'm looking at, hopefully to do this next Wednesday or Thursday, has 500 friends, and you won't want to miss it. I got to do a test stream with them, and I don't want to announce them yet. But if everything goes well, either Wednesday or Thursday night at 8 or 8:30, we'll go live with a similar chat to this. And I don't know if I'll do this every other week or every week or whatever. We'll see going forward. But I'm excited to see where this goes, and I appreciate all y'all came tonight. As we go out here, Carter, talk over me. I'm going to talk over you. Let's tell everybody goodbye.
All
Text
right.
guy, Joseph
Tracy
Neal,
Ellison,
Tabby,
Tammy Rich. There's Elizabeth
Tracy,
Flood. What's up?
Elizabeth
Viral
Flood,
Booze.
Gambalicious,
Appreciate you being here. Love you too, Susan G. Granite State Scratcher. What a great mod.
Edward, give
Edward
me that
Iceberg Ticket
grand.
Scratch.
If
There's
y'all
Give Me That
enjoyed this
Grand, Mr.
today, give
Honeybee
me a thumbs up.
Scratcher. Donna Blasso. Angel Scratch Show. OG Searcher. Pretty, Witty, and Risky. Another
Scratching Wolf,
fantastic
Megan
mod. Megan
Phillips.
Phillips, a great mod. Space Coast
Like it,
Scratcher. There's
thumbs
Drunken
up if you
Blurty.
like this today. Thank you.
Peter Mark Welsh. Wow. Big Red Dog.
Yes. Tabby, Tammy, Edward, Patsy going out.
Patsy English.
Carolina
Carolina
Scratcher. Oh,
Scratcher.
one last thing, Carter. I almost forgot it. We shouted out Carolina Scratcher. Congratulations on 1K last
Yes.
night, and I watched it this morning. Zoe sent me a text, and then I got up and watched it. Gambling Granny, and I got it up on my community
The
post. Hit her
Grand.
first grand in Vegas, and it is a huge grand. It ain't just $1,200 or $1,500. I'm gonna let y'all go watch it, but y'all need to go congratulate. You can, if you can't find it on her channel, go to my community post. I've got the link. You just click the picture, and it'll take you to Gambling Granny's grand last night from Vegas. Love you, Gambler Nation. We are out of here. Susan G,
Bye,
viral. See you.
everybody.
Todd B, no jackpot. Love you, Gambler Nation.